They're going to red flag the event. They're going to stop the field, restart the race, and try and settle it.
And the driver, New Englanders called Priest Lightning, is up to second, but there's a pileup on the back straightaway that puts us under caution once again. Bell turns McDowell completely around. .69 laps to go. Everyone at the south end of Charlotte Motor Speedway is high and dry, but at the north end, the sky is crying, and we are under caution for a pesky rain shower just in turns 3 and 4. We are halted by rain for the umpteenth time this weekend. Now, the Xfinity race, the Alsco 300, was started this morning at 11 a.m. after getting rained out Saturday. And they got through stage 1 and into stage 2 when rain came and NASCAR began track drying to start this race, the 600. NASCAR has been made aware of lightning strikes within 5 miles of the racetrack. Some of those big puffy clouds have rain and lightning in them. Drivers have been advised that they are able to get out of their cars if they wish during this delay, which we hope will be a brief one. You know, we have the vortex theory to scare away rain. Why wouldn't this scare away lightning? All that pyro on the back straightaway.
So cool. We talked about it endlessly, but the event and the fun that the folks have that get to come out to this beautiful facility here just across the river from St. Louis.
I mean, even the anthem, a world-class singer backed up by a symphony orchestra. Very cool.
I like fire. Fire's pretty cool.
Noah Gregson hard into the wall. Turn 1, extremely hard into the wall to the right side.
Boy, that has been calamity corner today. And Gregson becomes
the left side
victim. Wow. I hit at both ends and the whole left side.
If you saw the left tire down, the way that car turned and spun out way early into the corner like that.
See all the rubber off the left rear? I don't know that there's I don't know that that's it, but they're definitely a flat left rear.
Well, it's more than flat. The axle, it looks like the axle shaft is broken. The way that left rear wheel was moving around. Now, maybe from impact.
Massive impact. Glad he's okay.
What a
We're here, and it was
huge
definitely a brake rotor again. Same situation. All right, see, timing was a little bit off there. That car hooked a left right there, spun around, didn't have the option to just turn it to the outside wall because it didn't happen when he was right up against it like it did with the other two.
It blew out later.
And it had to have been a different rotor. Now, obviously, it wasn't the right front that did that.
Well, looking at the way that wheel was moving around back there.
Maybe blew the left rear.
It could have been.
There it is. Austin Dillon into, Ricky Stenhouse Jr.'s in the wall.
And the caution waves for the 10th time today.
You see Dillon actually brush the front or the rear bumper of Byron, moves way down.
And maybe tries
to come up a little.
He didn't have a
it wasn't. That's just a bad deal.
Yeah, you can't blame any part of that on Austin Dillon.
Or really Cindric.
Well, if you're going to pick one.
They were coming on him pretty hard on the inside. I mean, or excuse me, on the outside, both of them. You know, every now and then you don't have to pick it. It's racing.
They are repairing the turn 1 safer barrier, which has really had a workout today. First Carson Hocevar, then Tyler Reddick, then Noah Gregson, all into the turn 1 wall, and now Ricky Stenhouse and Austin Dillon. So NASCAR and track officials making repairs there to make sure that that safety system is intact.
So you remember, these safer barriers are steel. That's a steel wall. They're square steel tubing. And it looks like the seam broke right there where they hit it and broke that seam apart. So welder on standby right behind him, got the hood on already. Have it fixed up in no time.
Marty, give us a weather update. How's it down there? It is starting to sprinkle just a little bit, so don't believe what the drivers are telling you, like William Byron's team talking about how it's raining really hard here at the track.
And as you see now, they are bringing the cars down pit road. AJ's been providing AccuWeather reports to his team, and the last one was, yep, it's intensifying, so looks like NASCAR has made the call to bring them down pit road, Rick.
Yeah, NASCAR has let us know that they're going to bring the field onto pit road. We're now under a red flag condition here. The cars have been covered up on pit road. The rain's starting to come down a little bit harder. A big cell is just to the south and west of the racetrack, and it's moving to the east. And so you see it there. This is just the start of it. Again, out front, William Byron scored as the race leader. Suarez, Allmendinger, McDowell, Busch all in the top 5.
And it was some of the most intense racing I've seen in years. I mean, because it wasn't like a 5-lap window or a 10-lap window. 20, 30, 40 laps of 2, 3 wide. I mean, it was just haymakers. I mean, it was heavyweight fight up there.
Well, listening to Ross Chastain talk about his car being out of control, the cars being difficult to drive, being off throttle, just about the entire race.
You see the word on the top of the pylon, checkered. That means that NASCAR has called the race due to weather. William Byron gets his 4th win of the season, his 8th career win overall, and all smiles for young William Byron.
Copy, raining in 1 and 2.
Oh, and now we're hearing a little bit of precipitation in 1 and 2. That's from the south end of this track.
Riding on board here, we'll see. Daniel Suarez, Coke Zero, Sugar camera.
Copy, yep, they're all yelling up here. Copy.
A little sprinkle happening down there in 1 and 2.
Starting to sprinkle on the front stretch. I'll give you the earliest warning I can.
I'll give you the earliest warning I can as we see Eric Jones once again to the inside now as he tries to get by Austin Cindric. They go into turn 1. Brad Keselowski also in that 6 right in front of Austin Dillon. And caution has come out. We'll see if that's for NASCAR. And precipitation. Don't see anyone spun around on the racetrack, so we believe this is for weather. A little bit of a cell building from the southwest of the racetrack as we ride along with the DoorDash Bubba Wallace, that onboard camera, and you can see a little more of the precipitation that's on the camera lens.
Well, I will tell you, if I wrote down everybody that cut everybody off, I'd be out of ink by now. I mean, it is the level of acceptable aggression. It shocks me. This is what, year 9 here on NBC, sitting up in this booth watching racing here at Michigan, and every year these restarts get more and more intense, and this year's no different.
Christopher Bell, the 20 car on the outside, Rick.
Yeah, the back end. Oh, into the wall hard goes Ryan Blaney off the nose of Ty Gibbs, and the big one happens behind him.
And it brought so many people into it. Look at all these cars. Good race cars, big impacts.
Yeah, only 6 cars have gone through already. Look at how many cars involved.
It's hard to tell right there that there's like a little bit of a kind of a move where the car looks like it's getting uncomfortable and out of control. Massive.
Huge hit.
Massive hit.
Blaney.
You saw that wall. That wall deflected, did a great job. But look at all the damage. That is a massive impact for Blaney.
Safer barrier has styrofoam behind the wall. And he hit it about as hard as we've seen someone hit a wall here. Red flag has come out. 64 laps to go in this race, and almost half the field was involved in the big one here. At least 16 cars, as you see the 54 getting towed back to the garage area.
NASCAR's decided that maybe some drivers are chattering about being able to see there in that turn. It is pretty dark, especially up against the fence there.
Yeah, it is. It does appear from our camera angle that it is getting darker up against the fence, and we know that's where they run. They're running up there, so you can't see the debris. You can't see things that might be up there. Let's listen to Kyle Busch and see what he has to say about the lights.
They're missing lights down there in 3 and 4, like the bottom lights aren't on. Been dark over there for a while, last 40 or 50 laps or so. Well, they just haven't come on yet. I've noticed it for a while, but figured somebody would do something about it.
Yeah, NASCAR's been working to try to fix this issue. Hasn't been able to remedy the problem. Marty, what do you have down there?
Well, so the NASCAR Tower asked crew chiefs to ask drivers their thoughts on it. Denny Hamlin, the leader right now, he said, I've noticed that they are not on, but it doesn't bother me. I know it's not going to be there, so I'm fine with it, and it doesn't affect my vision on the racetrack. So that's the vote for the leader. He says, let's keep racing.
Let's see what this Levitt car looks like here. As we look at how dark it is in the corner, and this is on board at speed. See the change in darkness right there and getting up against that wall. You really can't see exactly how close you are to it or how close you can get to it, especially right there. Right around that last bit of the corner is where the biggest shadow is cast by the wall. I think where the drivers probably had the most concern with continuing this race. Hopefully this is not a long-term issue. I don't really know what the problem might be down there in turn 3 and 4. But hopefully NASCAR is going to be able to get the remedy here shortly.
I think it makes it tough too because the drivers use, with these cars in particular, they use that air and that pack that to make speed, and the closer they can get and know where they are there, the better off they are and the better their cars drive.
Yeah, I mean, you enter the wall, you enter the turn 3 on the fence. You run the fence through the middle and exit of the corner. I mean, anywhere else, I think we could probably get away with it.
Yeah.
But since that's kind of the top lane is the preferred line for a lot of the drivers, it's probably just too treacherous. Too much on the line with the playoffs and all the playoff contenders. You wouldn't want something like this to affect your playoff performance in round 1.
The 20 and the 24 both came on lap 71.
Oh, yeah. They can all make it all the way to the end of stage 2 on fuel, for sure.
So here are the stage points. The 10 of Bell grabbing 10 playoff points, or 10 points, stage points, as well as that 1 playoff point for winning the stage. Important for Martin Truex Jr. He grabbed 2 points. Keselowski 4, Chastain 5. Bubba Wallace 8 points. So great to grab some points there for those playoff drivers hoping to advance after tonight's race. We saw the lights come back on the pace car. That was because some precipitation in the area. And we're seeing the cars make their way onto pit road once again. Not a great sight as stage 1 is complete, but we have not received the green flag for stage 2. Here's another look at the radar. Again, just some small cells as they break up right when they come here to the racetrack, but enough that they have decided to bring the field, and there you see the rain coming down, bring the field back onto pit road. We'll see if they ask the teams to bring the covers out. Currently the drivers are staying in the cars.
Seems like the track has changed a little bit of color, which tells me it's gotten relatively wet.
A little bit harder rain. This is the hardest we've seen it rain this evening. There's been some very light mist, some light showers that have passed through, but this one has the has the crew now making their way out there with the covers.
Now he's going to let this 4 car in front of him. He's lifting a little bit, allowing Kevin Harvick to be able to get clear. As soon as he's clear, the 4 is going to go to the inside.
Oh, we got wreck in the back.
Got a big crash.
They're sliding behind as it went across the start-finish line. The caution has come out. Keselowski's involved in it. You see him hit the inside wall. Big damage, it looks like, to Austin Dillon. In the 3, Brad Keselowski. Let's take a look at what happens. Carson Hocevar on the outside line.
Getting a push from Brad Keselowski here through the tri-oval. And it just turns that 42 sideways. Oh, man, massive, massive impact for the outside wall, the 54 and the 3. The 3 somewhat lessened a little bit of that blow when he collects the 6 as well, but hard hit for the 54.
Right along with Busher.
Still top 3, check. Left if you can, left, come down, straight, just brake. Push him straight forward. All right, you're clear, straight forward. They're still wrecking up.
Pace car has caught the field, and the field now behind. Kevin Harvick has scored as the race leader, but they're going to come to a stop. We're being told that there will be a red flag situation here as they'll work on the wall right there in the tri-oval.
And the 5's going to chase him in, to your point, Jeff. He cannot allow the 12 to get a lap. Look at the 5 gain to the rear bumper.
Oh, the 5 into the water. The barrier's right at the end of pit road. He slides into him, damage to the right front.
That's going to bring the yellow out. They're going to have to throw the caution to be able to repair those barriers. I'm not sure that Blaney wasn't doing a good job getting on pit road. Maybe the 5 was actually cooking it onto pit road a little bit too much.
Yeah, and Larson said, I just didn't expect him to slow down that much. So Larson didn't feel like he was going too quickly. Once he got to the position where he knew he was in trouble, now he's just locked up, and he's no longer about making pit road speed. It's just trying to avoid contact.
51 laps to go in this race, and because of the cleanup at the entrance to pit road, the red flag has come out. And so while the safety crews and the track crews go to work cleaning up the sand that came out of the barrels when the 5 hits the barrel here, take a look at this and listen.
See how quick it happens from in the car. Right, Larson just trying to gain. Felt like the 12 was going slower than he needed to be. And now he's just in big trouble. Just trying to get everything he can.
The
day over for the 5.
Yeah, 5's day was complete. He went behind the wall and into the garage.